All praise to the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushai. That's a little bit better. Can't control some of this background in this damn room. Shalom, family. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Oh, Salaki, the volume was down. Can y'all hear me? Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, family. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Can y'all hear me? Shalom. Shalom to those that are tapping in. Just doing a little quick live, nothing too long. Most I ain't gonna be on here too long. Just got a handful, a couple of precepts on some updates on this somewhat of a war going on between between Iran and Israel. Now, I was checking out the news today, and I saw two interesting things, right? Salaki, y'all bear with me. Bear with me. We'll pull this article up. All right. He said he will or he won't. He may or he may not. That's the way he put it. Shalom, family. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Shalom, Elder Ephraim. Shalom, Triple Darkness. Shalom, everybody that's coming in. Make sure you hit the like button, all right, and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. All right, so I ain't going to be in here too long. Y'all see the title of the live. It's Donald Trump, Iran versus Israel. Donald Trump says he will, but he won't. He may or he may not strike Iran, all right? Get involved and strike Iran. But also the Ayatollah Khomeini said that if the U.S. gets involved and order an airstrike, they will have irreparable damages. I didn't even know that was a word, but if it is a word, I know it now. You learn something new every day. They will have irreparable the United States will have irreparable damages. Notice I said they. I'm not including myself in this damn country. I'm a victim of this country. I'm a slave captive here just passing through. A lot of y'all, even in the truth, y'all be like, we. No, ain't no damn we. We not French. All right, they. You know what I'm saying? America. Ain't no damn we. We getting up out of here. All right, Salakia, y'all. Let me get a little bit of my Frank and Murr going, Salakia. Should have had that burning before I started. But, yeah, that's what I want to touch on real briefly. I'm going to try not to be on here too long. I got an early day tomorrow. So don't want to be on here too long, too long. Want to get a little bit of rest. Salaki, y'all, I'm in this hotel and these these Edomites get drunk and they're loud. So bear with me if y'all hear any background noise. I'm in a Sin Damn City. We're going to try to unsend Sin City, Las Vegas. Shout out to HOI Las Vegas. But Salakia, these Edomites get drunk and they, I didn't get an Airbnb. I just got a hotel. So they get drunk and wild the hell out and be noisy as hell in the hallway. But bunch of damn cavemen. Shalom, Sister Yolanda. But anyway, first and foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, the power of Israel, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his only begotten son, our big brother, Hamashiach Yahushua. Of course, let me do that first before anything. And shalom to all you, shalom. Have you studied your Hebrew greeting? Shalom to all the family that's on here late on a late night with me. I know on the East Coast it's 2 in the morning. All right, on the West Coast it's 11 p.m. But anyway, I just want to hit these precepts real quick and speak on these two updates that developed today. I was checking out, I had a chance to check out a good portion of the news on CNN and stuff today. So there was some updates, So this is from the Financial Times. Financial Times today. Let me see. I think this was today, so-called June 18th. All right. It says Donald Trump says he may or may not strike Iran. U.S. President adds that next week will be very big in determining course of war between Israel and Islamic Republic. Donald Trump has told Israeli Premier Benjamin Netanyahu, Israeli Premier Benjamin Netanyahu to keep going with the attacks on Iran. Donald Trump has made his most explicit comments yet about possible U.S. military action against Iran, saying that the next week would be very big in determining the course of the war between Israel and the Islamic Republic. Speaking after Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei warned Washington of irreparable damage if it intervened. Trump suggested Tehran wanted to negotiate, but had left it perilously late. I may do it, I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do, the president said at the White House on Wednesday. The next week is going to be very big, maybe less than a week, he added in remarks that hinted at a possible time frame for the U.S. decision. Trump later huddled with advisors in the White House Situation Room, his second such meeting in as many days, as he weighed authorizing military action against Tehran. I have ideas as to what to do, but I haven't made a final. I like to make a final decision. I haven't made it final. I like to make a final decision 1 second before it's due, because things change, especially with war, he told reporters in the Oval Office. Iran fired a barrage of missiles at Israel on Thursday morning, and an Israeli military official said, hitting several targets, including a hospital. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said in a statement that he had a very warm conversation with Trump and that Israel was advancing step by step to remove Iran's nuclear and ballistic missile threats. We are attacking nuclear installations, missiles, command centers, and the symbols of the regime, he added. But he also acknowledged that Israel was sustaining many losses, painful losses, from Iran's missile strikes. So they got a short video here. I'm going to play a little bit of that video.
Can you answer questions about whether you are moving closer, or you believe the U.S. is moving closer?
Can y'all hear the video, y'all?
Nuclear facilities. Where's your mindset on that?
I can't say that, right? You don't seriously think I'm going to answer that?
I'm going to turn it up, matter of fact.
Strike the Iranian nuclear component.
I'm going to start it over and turn it up because it's kind of low.
Sir,
I'm just trying to get this tablet organized. Salaki, y'all.
I mean, you don't know that I'm going to
All right,
do it.
I'm going to play it over.
I may do it, I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do. I can tell you this, that...
I'm going to turn it up.
Questions about whether you...
Can y'all hear it? Give me a con 777.
The U.S. is moving closer to striking Iranian nuclear facilities. Where's your mindset on that?
I can't say that, right? You don't seriously think I'm going to answer that question. Will you strike the Iranian nuclear component? And what time exactly, sir? Sir, would you strike it? Would you please inform us so we can be there and watch? I mean, you don't know that I'm going to even do it. You don't know. I may do it. I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do. I can tell you this, that...
I'm going to play it one more time. Matter of fact, I'm going to let y'all see it. I'm old school, y'all. Salakia.
Can you just answer questions about whether you are moving closer, or you believe the U.S. is moving closer to striking Iranian nuclear facilities. Where's your mindset on that?
I can't say that, right? You don't seriously think I'm going to answer that question? Will you strike the Iranian nuclear component? And what time exactly, sir? Sir, would you strike it? Would you please inform us so we can be there and watch? I mean, you don't know that I'm going to even do it. You don't know. I may do it. I may not do it. I mean, nobody knows what I'm going to do. I can tell you this, that Iran's got a lot of trouble.
Right, so y'all hear that, right? So basically he was, Trump is funny as hell. I like Trump because he's funny. He's sarcastic and he's funny as hell, right? All right, let me block some of these these bug outs are coming on here. Let me block him. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, I had to block a few people because they was just talking about Percocet and they ops and pure stupidity. All right, but anyway, so y'all heard Trump just now, right? So he was making fun of the reporter. He was saying, what do you want me to give you a time frame when I'm going to do it? And then he got real cocky and said, I may do it. I may not do it. I might do it. I may not do it. So, you know what I'm saying? This man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, but he's funny. I love Trump. He's funny. Let me see. Revelation 13. This is Revelation 13 and 2. And it said, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. John is going into Esau. The beginning of his kingdom was Alexander the Greek. All right. Or Alexander the Freak, or they call him Alexander the Great. Alexander, you can go to the Museum of Natural History in New York, and you'll see Alexander was famous for wearing a leopard skin hat. That's what John was describing here, that he was seeing on the island of Patmos in a vision. It said, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. The feet is what? The bottom of your body, or the last part of your body from your head to your toe. Who's the bear according to John's prophecy? Russia, because Russia has the emblem or the symbol of the bear. All right, it said, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. The lion represents who? The British, all right? But it also says the mouth of a lion because Esau speaks bold. What is a lion? The king of the jungle. So Esau, he's the king of the world at this time, even though the true king is the Most High Yahweh, but he's the king of this physical earth now because the Lord gave him rulership over the earth because we broke the law. So it said, and his mouth as a mouth of a lion, meaning Esau speaks boldly. So y'all heard Trump just now, just played the short video. He was making mockery of the reporter, like, you want me to tell you we're going to bomb Iran at 5 p.m. on Friday? And then he said, I might do it. You don't know what I'm going to do. I might do it. I might not do it. Right? So it says, and the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. What does it mean by the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority? Meaning Satan, USA, under Satan's authority. America, Esau, the so-called white race, they are the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. They rule under Satan's authority. All right. The Most High is in command, but the Lord allows Satan to give them power to rule over the earth on the left-hand side to show the world how not to be, to show the world how not to rule the earth. All right. So that's what's going on here in Revelation 13th chapter. So we're going to jump down to 13. All right. Revelation 13 and 13. And it said, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. So what is that talking about? In 1945, they had what? First, they had something called the Manhattan Project, where they built the atomic bomb. All right. And they made a movie about it, Oppenheimer. If y'all go back to HOI Mustard Seed, me and Nala reviewed that movie Oppenheimer. Movie was long, over 3 hours, but it was good. Did me and Allah do it or me and Rob Judah? I can't remember. I do so many movie reviews, but we reviewed that movie Oppenheimer, and they went into that how they built the atomic bomb. And remember, there was a scene in the movie where Einstein and Oppenheimer was talking, and he said, "Listen, I think I may have created the technology that's going to end the world," because that was the pre-nuclear bomb. I mean, that was the beginning stages for them to lead up to get the technology to make the nuclear bombs. And he said, "I think I may have just created the technology that's going to end the world." Something, I'm paraphrasing like that. Y'all go back and watch the Oppenheimer movie review that we got on HOI Mustard Seed. So Esau he made fire come down from heaven. That's how John described it. 1945, World War II, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. August of 1945, a week apart, Esau dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So the reason why I'm bringing this out is because it said he speaks like a lion. Esau is bold because Genesis 27:40, we don't have to get it, but the Most High gave him the power of the sword. He gave him the technology of weaponry, weapons of mass destruction, right? The Lord gave him the power of the sword. So it says again, Revelation 13:13, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. So what did he do? He dropped that. That's why they filmed it. Remember, they filmed the dropping of the atomic bomb because they wanted to have a record of that. They wanted to show the world this is the power that we have if a nation gets out of line. All right, and remember, they destroyed Japan so bad they had to get them reparations. All right, and then Japan started surpassing them in the cars and the electronics. All right, but anyway, the reason why Trump is speaking so boldly because you go back to Revelation 13, they already dropped the atomic bomb in 1945, and he knows that he has that power. Esau knows he's got that power from the Most High, so he's like, if I decide to bomb Iran, I'll bomb them. If I don't, I don't. That's the boldness of Esau. So when you check it out, they was contemplating dropping the bunker buster, a bomb known as the bunker buster. This is supposed to be like the top bomb before the nuclear bomb. You got the Moab bomb, the mother of all bombs, that was made down in Eglon, Florida. Remember the book of Judges, Eglon, the fat king of Moab? The Moab bomb that was made down in Eglon, Florida, and he was planning on using that bomb on North Korea. But that's supposed to be the biggest bomb, but the biggest bomb now is the bunker buster. Remember, they had the daisy cutters. They had I believe the daisy cutters that they dropped on Iraq. But now they got the bunker busters, and Israel is saying for America to back them up because they're the only ones with that technology. Israel don't have the technology. The bunker busters can basically go down into, that's why it's called a bunker buster. It can go down into their nuclear facilities and destroy their underground nuclear facilities where Iran is attempting to make a nuclear weapon. Me personally, I believe, let's go to Joel 3:9, right? Because we read, let me go back to that article, because we read what Ayatollah Ali Khamenei said. He said let me quote him word for word. Let me quote what the article said word for word. It says, speaking after Iran's supreme leader, this is the Financial Times today, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei warned Washington of irreparable damage if it intervened. Trump suggested Tehran wanted to negotiate, but had left it perilously late. All right, and we read that, me and my brother Kadash, shout out to Kadash, HOI, Las Vegas. We read that in our lesson we did last night on the Las Vegas Strip, 2 Timothy 3:1. it shall come to pass that perilous time shall come. What did Trump say right here? It said, but had left it perilously late. In other words, Trump is saying that Iran wanted to talk, but they waited dangerously too late. In other words, he's saying it's past the time of talking. All right, it's past the time of talking. Now it's wartime. If I decide to bomb them, I will. If I don't decide to bomb them, I won't. All right, so let's go to Joel 3:9 now. Since the Ayatollah said there will be irreparable damages. I believe Iran might have them nukes already. And remember, Iran got Russia, China, and North Korea backing them also. You know what I'm saying? So it's about to turn up. It's going to get real turned up and heated real quick. So let's go to Joel 3:9. I just want to touch on a few topics. A few precepts, right? This is Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. So what? Iran would be considered like a weaker nation to America. But it said, now let the weak say I'm strong. Let those that are not really known to the public for being a nuclear power, let them say we got that thing now too. All right. Assemble yourselves and come, verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, meaning send forth the death and war angels. Send forth the death and war angels. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, or the valley of decision. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So we are coming into Third World War, where the Lord said he's going to judge all the heathen round about. So they're afraid that Iran is going to become a nuclear power. And Trump is trying to act like we're not afraid. We're just gonna not allow them to get that power. Let's go to Isaiah 54. All right, we're gonna go to the book Isaiah 54. So we in that time, Israel. All right, it's heating up. I know I like to tease and say, only call me when it's nukes and chariots, but it's in that time. Hit the like button, y'all. I know we got a lot of scoffers on here, and people are just coming in because of the title. But Israel that's in here, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, this is Isaiah 54, and let me see. Isaiah 54:15. We're gonna start at 15. Another part of prophecy that's going on in these last days. Isaiah 54:15. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. So the Lord said there's going to be gatherings in the earth, but those gatherings are not the Spirit of the Lord. Those are gatherings of men, like these protests, these ICE protests. Right? You're having a fit because Trump want to kick you out of this country. Listen, there's nowhere really you can go on the earth. All right? Shalom, Israelites, Priest Zabach. Oh, Shalom, Edwin and Emma. Shiva. Shalom, everybody. If I missed anybody, Salakia. There's really nowhere you can go on the earth where you're going to escape the curses and the judgment and the war and the destruction. So you fighting to stay in a country that don't want you. Go back to your own country and build up over there. Do work, do what you got to do, build up. But a lot of you want to be here. Why? Because that's prophecy. The Lord said, thou shalt go even to Babylon. That's why a lot of people want to be here, because this is the big hoedown and the showdown. The Most High got the spirit like that. He want the focus to be on America, because this going to be the big showdown. All right. But reading on, it says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. Now the smith is like an iron worker. All right, but let's look that up. Check this out. All right, let's check out the blue letter. See, when you use different study tools, you got to see how they line up with scripture, right? And it's not selective research. It's just in the spirit, it shows you how it lines up, all right? Check this out, right? We're going to go to the blue letter real quick to show you in the Hebrew what this word means, all right? Some of the different, senses of the word, all right? We're going to type in Smith, all right? And it's going to show you. And the blue letter, Salaki, y'all, my tablet is a little slow, or it might be the reception in this room. All right, so let me go to the tools here. Let me go, the Smith, right? A Smith is like an iron worker, but here it's going into the nuclear scientist, right? We're going to show you that, all right?
Strong's H2796, Harash.
All right, Strong's 8H2796, Karash. There's quite a few brothers in the nation named Karash. It means smith, like an iron worker, engraver, craftsman, artificer. All right, engraver. Right. I'm gonna show you right here. It says Karash. That's a ka, a ra, and a sha. And you connect the ra and the sha, and it makes it rash. Karash. All right, Karash. There's quite a few brothers. There's a very well-known elder in Masharaya Sha'ala by the name of Karash, and quite a few brother in SOT that I used to label with in California. Few brothers named Karash in the nation, right? Let me play it again.
Strong's H2796, Harash.
That's is a little bit different pronunciation in the modern that he's pronouncing it, but it's Karash in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. Now check it out. Here it said outline of biblical usage. Craftsman, artisan, engraver, artificer. Another meaning, though, skillful to destroy, warriors, figuratively. See that right there? It's telling you right there. It means skillful. Where am I? Yeah, right here. Skillful to destroy warriors, figuratively. That's what that word karash means, right? So let's read it again with that understanding, with that context. All right. Behold, I have created the smith, the man that is skillful to destroy, right? That bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. You know what this is referring to now? The nuclear scientists that they have the spirit to put these nuclear bombs and weapons together. They show you like in they show you that like in a movie The Sum of All Fears. Go watch that movie, The Sum of All Fears, and they went to a secret nuclear facility, an underground nuclear facility in Russia, and they had the scientists there. They had the scientists there working on the bombs. Those would be like the smiths. Even though a smith, technically, it's a iron worker, but it's telling you here figuratively, it also can mean one that is skillful to destroy a warrior, right? And that's the context in the scripture. Isaiah 54:16, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. So what is the name for smith or karash? Skillful to destroy, warriors, from the Hebrew word, right? So it's letting you know that context would make sense with what it's saying here, right? It can, like an iron worker, they also build regular bombs, guns, things of that nature, swords, right? But it makes more sense that it's referring to the waster, skillful to destroy. And it said the waster to destroy. Them nuclear missiles going to waste everything. All right, so reading on, it says, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise up against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. So the Lord is letting us know, no matter what happens in these last days, when these nuclear bombs are dropped, none of those weapons that are formed are going to prosper against his servants. All right. It says, this is the heritage of the servants of the Lord. And Leviticus 25:55 tells us the true and only servants of the Lord are the Israelites. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh. Right? So what is it saying here is basically letting you know that although those nuclear missiles are being created, right, they're created for the day of destruction, but the servants of the Lord are going to be delivered. No weapon form. Them nuclear missiles are not going to take and destroy the 1/3 of Israel. Yeah, you're a little bit late, brother. But yeah, I was talking about the movie Oppenheimer earlier, right? So like, just messing with you. But yeah, I was talking about that movie earlier. I did a review on that movie Oppenheimer. So basically, that's basically what Trump and the Ayatollah is they having that tough talk now. Right? They having that tough talk now. Let's go to we're gonna go to Ecclesiasticus 38:28 to link with Isaiah 54:16. Sirach 38:28. It said the smith also sitting by the anvil. So it's letting us know, I'm just going here to show you, normally a smith is like an iron worker sitting at an anvil, right? Salakia. Right here. Let me look this up real quick. All right. Salakia. Let me show you what they said about this is what they said about anvil in the Bible. It says anvil, so-called from being beaten, Isaiah 41:7, elsewhere a step, corner, time. The utensil employed apparently among the Hebrews, as with other nations, by blacksmiths for hammering upon. All right, now, right here, anvil meaning Bible definition. The reading of the Hebrew word beaten found only in Isaiah 41:7. The word is used once to mean anvil, refers to custom, still very common of workmen. Salaki, all these pop-ups. I hate when they do that. All right. But basically now I'm getting all these pop-ups, Satan, man. All these damn pop-ups is when I'm trying to do the lesson. Right? Yeah, so it's basically letting you know it's associated with, ironwork, the anvil. All right, so the smith, you will see sitting at the anvil. Normally, that's the literal meaning, but figuratively, Salakia is associated with one that is skillful in destruction. And Isaiah 54:16 says that. All right, so these smiths, the smiths of today will be symbolic to the scientists that work to make the nuclear missiles and the so-called weapons of mass destruction. Like the movie Oppenheimer. It shows you in that movie, they built a whole city just to create this nuclear bomb. All right, so we in that time. And like I said, me personally, I believe Iran probably got them nuclear bombs already. All right, if not, they said it on the news today. I was checking out CNN throughout the day. All right. And they brought out that Russia, China, or North Korea could be helping Iran develop these nuclear weapons. Remember, they said they have a right to defend themselves. All right. And one of the top government officials in Iran said, we're not going to be intimidated by America. And the Ayatollah said, if they attack us, there will be irreparable damages done to them. All right. Some say that the nuclear winter would be more devastating than the bomb. Look, I ain't messing with either one of them. Y'all see Chernobyl? Go watch that movie Chernobyl. That's based upon a true story. All right, Chernobyl. You got people being born over there with 2 heads because of the radiation and the destruction from the nuclear accident that happened in Chernobyl. They made a movie about it. 2-headed dogs and all kinds of weird beasts. Yeah, go check the movie out. You know, I went to see it in the theaters. I was going to do a review on it, but I think I went to see it by myself, and I just didn't, you know. But it was some heavy footage in that movie. All right. So yeah, movies. What's the problem? Yeah, it's a movie, but it's based upon when you do the history, there was an actual nuclear accident in Chernobyl. All right. So whether you believe it or not, that's on you. All right. Let's go to Amos, the 5th chapter. So like I said, you know, I believe Iran might have that bomb already. They might have that bomb already. All right. But either way, this is all prophetic and what the Lord said would happen in these last days. This is Amos 5:18, and it reads thus and so. We're going to go get a few more, y'all. Amos 5:18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. All right, so the scriptures say the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him or went into the house and leaned. So the lion is symbolic to the Arabs because the way Amos is prophesying it is going to go into the 3 main enemies that's going to really push America to this Third World War. It's going to be the Arabs, starting with the war on terror. All right. And a bear met him. Who's the bear that's going to meet him? The Russians. Right. The bear is symbolic to Russia. Or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. All right. Who's the serpent? China. What is China's symbol? The giant dragon or serpent. So who's the 3 main players that's going to be against America? You got North Korea, which is one and the same with the serpent, China, and you got Russia. I mean, no, North Korea and China, Russia, and the Arabs. America's been on this so-called war on terror with the Arabs for years. Remember the Ayatollah Khomeini from years ago, he called America the Great Satan. All right, so they've been beefing with him. That man, 80 years old, still going hard against America. So it's going to turn up, y'all. So I just want to bring out these quick few points of what I saw on the news today concerning this war. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians. All right, let's go to 2 Thessalonians. All right. A matter of fact, before we get that, we're going to go to Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel 38. We're just going to read the first few verses. Ezekiel 38. Let's get it. Let's get Ezekiel the 38th chapter where this is prophesied in Ezekiel also. All right. Ezekiel the 38th chapter. And it reads thus and so. All right. Don't worry about the people on here, y'all. The title is going to bring all these Arabs and different misfits on here. All right. Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. So who is Gog and Magog? Let's get it. This is the Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary. Don't judge me, y'all. It's all beat up. It's old. I think this Bible dictionary about 12 years old. But let's look up Magog in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. All right. Magog in the Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary. And it reads, Magog, the land of Gog, son of Japhet, land of Gog, various identifications, Scythians, Lydians, Tartars of Russia, used symbolically for forces of evil. But notice it said Tartars or Turkic people of Russia. Letting you know Gog and Magog is associated with Russia. All right, let's go to, hold on 1 second. So, you know, when we bringing out the key figures that's going to be in this Third World War, we letting you know through the Spirit. These who these people are. All right. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. Yeah, here it is. This is Meshach. In the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, this is Meshach, page 357. Salakia, my Bible Dictionary falling apart. Right, it says Meshach, a son of Japhet, associated with Magog and Tubal, and thought by many to have been the progenitors of Russians and other Slavic peoples. Let you know, Gog, Magog, Meshach, they all associated with Russia. All right. So, again, let's read on. Ezekiel 38:2. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against them. So what is the Lord letting us know? In the last days, we're going to prophesy against modern day Russia, or prophesy concerning modern day Russia. Verse 3, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And that would be like Vladimir Putin and his cabinet and the people that are in power now. All right, they're the chief princes of Russia now, right? And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. The Lord going to turn Russia back to that hardcore stance. You know, Vladimir, he already been talking tough. He stayed talking tough. And if you notice with Vladimir, when you do research on Russia and the government and Vladimir Putin, that man kills anybody that speaks up against him ends up dead. Do your research. Plane crashes, their bodies end up in Australia somewhere. And I'm talking about his top men. Like his intelligence and military, and any man, any person in his government or his society that speaks up against him, they get assassinated. They get put to death. So the Lord said he's going to turn them back and put hooks in their jaws. He's going to take them back to a more hardcore war stance. That's what it's talking about. That's what Ezekiel was prophesying. And all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. And that's the modern day comparison to that is, look at Russia going to war with Ukraine. All the horsemen and the buckler and shield, that would be symbolic to like the tanks and their Air Force bombers and things of that nature. That's modern day, because war is fought more modern now. It's speaking in the ancient symbolic language, right? The Kiev Rus, that's another topic. All right, because the original Vikings and Slavs were the Israelites. We was in that land. We was ruling Russia until Esau overthrew the Byzantine Empire, the Dark Ages, and took over. They took over Europe from us. We was ruling originally. But that's another topic. We'll get into that in another topic. It says Persia. It says, now it's telling you Gog and Magog, which is symbolic to Russia. Can't pronounce Putin. Who can't pronounce Putin? I don't know. Maybe I got that slow Negro tongue. Whatever. You can make mockery of me, whatever. Vladimir. The guy over there in Russia. Vladimir Putin. All right. But anyway, it says Persia. Let's look up Persia. All right. Let's look up Persia in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. All right. Don't sleep on these little reference books, man. They got good information of them. Good information in them, Salakia. And it's not biased research. It's just going along with the spirit of what's showing the truth. All right. Before anybody gets simple. Oh, you're just looking up stuff that go along with your point. No, the scholars and the historians know. Jacob's the seed. Yeah, don't worry about the scoffers and the don't worry about it. All right. It says Persia. Geographically, Persia comprised the Iranian plateau. Right? Again, let's read it. Persia. Geographically, Persia comprised the Iranian plateau, bounded by the Tigris Valley on the west and south, the Indus Valley on the east, and by the Armenian ranges from the Caspian Sea to the north, comprising 1 million square miles. Cyrus founded the empire by defeating Media and Babylonia, and it dominated Asia from 539 to 331 BC. Cyrus the Great permitted the Jews to return from the Babylonian captivity. All right, so just going into some of the history, but Persia is symbolic to Iran. All right here it says in Ezekiel 38 and 5, it says, and let me start at 3 again. And say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, right? Persia, right? Ethiopia and Libya with them. Libya's still mad about Gaddafi. Remember Gaddafi? Gaddafi was beefing with the U.S. for years, all right? All of them with shield and helmet. But notice the first one it said in Ezekiel 38 and 5 is Persia. Who is Persia? Iran. That's symbolic to the Iranians. Matter of fact, it says it in the Bible dictionary under Persia, Iranian plateau. Salakia, let me give y'all the page. Well, damn it, just get a Bible dictionary and look up Persia. But anyway, I'm going to give y'all the page anyway. Salakia. All right. Persia. Bible dictionary under Persia. Salakia. What page was that again? That was page 448 in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Page 448 under Persia, all right? Geographically, Persia compromised the Iranian plateau, all right? So if you check it out, is this open forum or not? Not yet. I was finishing up my quick lesson before I start engaging y'all. Patience is a virtue. All right. So my point being, the Bible backs up what's going on in the earth right now. The Bible backs it up. That's just a little something I want to bring out to y'all through the Spirit. Kind of an impromptu lesson. I was looking at the news today, and I was seeing all of what was going on, right? So we're coming to that time. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians. I'll end with this, and then I'll engage the audience a little bit on the comments or whatever, because I see the comments is going crazy. All right. 2 Thessalonians and let me see, is that what I want? No, let's go to 1 Thessalonians. All right, let's go to 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1. It says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, you need that I write not unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh so cometh as a thief in the night. And what is the day of the Lord? World War III and the second coming of Hamashiach Yahushua, whom the world ignorantly calls Christ, or Jesus Christ. As the nuclear destruction in World War III is happening, the Messiah is going to be returning at the same time, right? It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, Then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right? But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. See, we know that this day is not going to take over us as a thief, because what? We understand what the scripture says about this stuff, and we look forward to it. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. Matter of fact, let me close with that. I'll just close with that. So, that's it, y'all. I just wanted to come on and touch on a few points of what I seen on the news today. Salakia, I'm pretty sure y'all can hear me, but I'm talking a little low because I am in a hotel. Don't want the guests to call downstairs and say he's teaching about World War III. Right. Salakia, no folly. 2 Peter's 1 and 19. We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto you do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts. So what? We have a more sure word of prophecy. We understand the scriptures, so we know the stuff that's happening in the earth supposed to happen. It's a precursor to the second coming of Yahushua. All right? We waiting for that day star to arise in our hearts, for Yahushua to make his second coming, for all the knowledge to be completely given to us, where we all agree on the doctrine and the scriptures, and all things are made clear to us. Verse 20, knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation, but for the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of the Most High spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit. All right? So we have a more sure word of prophecy, meaning, like Yahushua, like Christ said, blessed are your eyes for they see, and your ears because they hear. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So just a quick, short, impromptu lesson. I just put this together in the last 30 minutes because I was seeing some stuff on the news with what's going on in with this war, this so-called war. The reason why I say so-called war, because y'all ain't see nothing yet. This is it. When they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction is going to come upon this earth. It's going to come with World War III, nukes, destruction, and everything. And we'll go more into it as time goes on. So now, a lot of y'all need to be blocked. Y'all scoffing. So any legitimate questions or comments on the comment board. If you come with stupidity and folly, Salaki, I'm getting tongue-tied tonight. If you come with stupidity and folly, I'm going to block you. All right? Anybody? Where and what time on the 4th? If you're on my Facebook, I did a video on that earlier. 4th of July, Friday, July 4th, 2025, 12 p.m., White House, Washington, D.C. All right? For that's a Jacob descendant. Monique Smith Doe. William Bicknell, cool beard dude. Okay. Y'all ain't really saying nothing. Okay. Jacob's descendant, are you coming for support or to try to be in a camp? And what camp are you from? Or you just a brother? You're welcome, but I'm just trying to get a better understanding. Louis Repucci, you sound Italian. There is wisdom in the Bible, but it's wasted and ruined by these morons. I challenge you then, Louis Repucci. And anything that I spoke on tonight, why does it make me a moron? I spoke on what's in the Bible. Right? About the end time prophecy. So what makes me morons if I tell you when a light is red, you can't cross the street because you'll get hit by a car, and you cross the street and get hit by a car, Mr. Repucci, you're probably a racist Italian. You cross and get hit by that car. What makes me a moron when I was trying to save your life? But it takes an uneducated Italian that don't know any damn thing to make such a stupid statement. Okay, Brother Jacobs, I said, like I said, you're more than welcome, King. Israel is more than welcome. All right, anybody else? No, that's not the end of the world. That's a camp that we're having, a outdoor speaking on the end of the world that we're having in front of the White House. All right. Recovering Christian. I don't know if you're trying to be sarcastic, but yeah, maybe that would be the end of the world. That might be the time that the Most High decides to end this world. I hope he does, even though I figure more prophecy has to happen, but I hope he does. Anybody else? Not going to be on here too long. I just want to, I don't know who Matthew Brown is. Nobody knows the end of the world. Christ said in St. Mark 13, no man knows the day or the hour, not even Christ himself. Louis Repucci, yeah, you're an American. You probably an anchor baby. All right. Well, I think that term is only used for tethers, but yeah, you probably, your descendants are probably from Italy, though, with a name Repucci. That's more likely than not an Italian name. And your ancestors probably go back to Italy. You Italians, one of the most racist damn group of white people on the earth. I hate y'all just as much too, though. You damn Italians disgust me, man. Y'all get on my nerves. Y'all so damn proud and cocky. This eggplant is Munion here. Can't stand you damn Italians, man. And y'all not black. I don't know who told y'all that. I don't know your damn Repucci, whatever the hell, man. Gucci, Regucci, Ravioli. Show ass up off of here, man. Go make some damn pasta somewhere. Minding our damn business. Yeah, for you lied, rebuke. Man wrote the story book. Every book you've ever read in your life, some man wrote. If that's the case, don't read no book. That's another stupid statement that people make. Man wrote the Bible. So man wrote every book you've ever read in your life. Your ass wouldn't know how to talk, speak English if you didn't read. Yeah. I'm not a bigot. I just give you white people the same energy y'all give us. No, Mark, I don't. Well, the mark of the beast, me as the senior elder of HOI, I don't teach that. I believe the mark of the beast is the mindset and the sin, the actions you do in your works. In your mind and your forehead and your right hand. Your forehead represents your mind and your right hand represents your works. But knock yourself out. If you want to believe the microchip is the mark of the beast, then knock yourself out. Illiterate. Okay. Then get off of here then. Take your Italian ass somewhere and eat a pizza. Even though pizza is good, especially from New York. Yeah, they say man wrote the Bible, but every book you've read in your life, a man wrote. But when it comes to the Bible, a man wrote it because people are gainsayers. Dom Kasi, I don't know. I didn't engage you. I don't know what energy you gave me. I don't know what you're talking about. I got Kingdom Minded. Go to Priest Zabach, Mark of the Beast. I got 2 volumes on that on YouTube already. I break it down extensively, precepts, everything. Go to Priest Zabach, Mark of the Beast, volumes 1 and 2. I broke that down years ago. I got 2 volumes. They should both still be up on YouTube. I think both of them is about 6 or 7 parts each. I could do an updated lesson on it too. Louis Regucci. No, I don't know you. I don't care to know you. All I said with that name, you sound Italian. I know Italians don't like blacks. We don't like, a lot of us don't like your ass either. So let's keep it that way. Stay on your side with your Italians. I stay on this side with my so-called black African Americans and other Israelites on my side. Don Cassi, are you white? Are you Italian? Kingdom Minded 144K. Yeah, but that's old. But so what? The Bible is old. What are you talking about, brother? That's old. The Bible is old. Jeremiah 6:16. The Lord said, ask for the old way and walk therein. What are you talking about? Kingdom Minded 144K. You sound like you in the truth, brother. So that's not really an intelligent statement. Yeah, but that's old. The scriptures is never old. It's not about colors. It's about spirit. But yeah, but it's about seed line too. You have to be you have to be an Israelite. I was about to say Italian, but I'm reading Dom Cassi comment. Dom Cassi is all right. Okay, fine. You Italian, stay with your Italians and your so-called white people. We're going to stay with our people. Is Aaron Judge black? I don't know who Aaron Judge is. The Bible preaches division. Christ said in St. John, St. Luke, suppose ye that I've come to, let me see, let me get it. Give me, let's get Luke 12. He says, suppose ye that I came to send peace, I tell you nay, but division. Yeah, this is St. Luke 12:51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division. So Christ himself said he came to send division on the earth. All right. And the king, I believe Ezekiel 38 opening. Okay, brother. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the Mexicans think they white. We just got to pray for them brothers and sisters. Some of them actually are white. They're Spaniards. They're not our people. But the ones of true Indian descent, they're our people. They're the tribe of Issachar of the nation of Israel. Oh, there's a lot of comments on here. The hell with Palestine. Palestine going to burn in World War III. Edward Scold, the Bible's a book of mythical storytelling. So, you know, don't read it. Don't follow it. Follow whatever you're going to follow. Pride Month, nice rainbow gems. If you know anything, the rainbow is goes back to Genesis, the 9th chapter. That was a covenant sign that the Most High power of Israel would not flood the earth anymore. That was a sign he made between him and the world, that he wouldn't destroy the earth by a flood anymore. The gay community took that symbolism and used it for their homosexuality. That's why the guy, forget his name, the guy that used the rainbow and created it as a symbol for the LGBTQ community, he dropped dead a few years ago. The Lord killed him for taking his righteous symbolic rainbow and putting it with the gay pride. So this is a breastplate. This is known as a breastplate that the priests wore, the Levite priests of the nation of Israel. Even though I'm not a Levite, but I'm wearing something symbolic to my nation. All right. So you don't really know about the rainbow. Um, um, like no other kind. Yeah, that's a debate in Israel. I do believe that that's initially what was taught in One West, but I am going back over that because some of the breakdowns, they just got to be given. You just got to bring more understanding to them. Because the thing Israel going to say is, oh, they get to be wicked here and they still get to be in the kingdom, but it just got to be more understanding given to that. But yes, initially that was the doctrine that was taught in the school, and I still receive it. But, that could be another class also. All right, so I'm going to get ready to get up off here, y'all. It's not really... All right. Yo, Louis Gucci, man, get out of here. Kingdom-minded 144K. Do you believe the Northern Kingdom is being punished because they trying to follow Esau? The Northern Kingdom is being punished because they wicked as hell. Just like the Southern Kingdom is being punished because they wicked as hell. All of our people trying to follow Esau. Not for nothing, but some of y'all reasonings is it. Y'all not thinking, and I don't say that to be insulting, but for example, Negro-only Israelites will say, you see how these Hispanics hate us? Do you see how niggas hate each other? Do you know the stuff I witnessed growing up that Judah did? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi did to each other, especially Judah and Benjamin. Levi started to come a little bit later on, and Levi, they wasn't that bad. They kind of stayed to themselves. But look at what Levi do to each other in Haiti. So some of y'all reasonings about the Northern Kingdom, I'm kingdom-minded. I'm not, who is kingdom-minded again anyway, 144K? I'll be forgetting who y'all are with these YouTube names. I don't want to miss, this is, Issachar, this is, spiritual sparring for me. South Reacher, you just insulted me, bro. I don't know how. I don't know you. Oh, the Brothers in Purple, that's a different organization. That's IUIC. We are House of Israel. But no, the Northern Kingdom is not, they're not necessarily being punished because they're trying to be like Esau. They're being punished because the Most High is punishing them because they've been wicked as hell, just like the Southern Kingdom. You got Negroes trying to be like the white man. So the Northern Kingdom is not, they're not being destroyed because just because they're trying to be like Esau. Yeah, a lot of them do try to be like Esau, and they have hatred towards their Negro brothers and sisters, but so do Negroes have hatred towards each other. Some of the worst stuff I've been through was from other Judites. Judah's my tribe. I know Judah can be stubborn, jealous, lying, conniving, evil, deceptive. I had Northern Kingdom people that was cool with me too. So it's the curse on us as a nation. Yeah, you know what it is? Y'all trying to figure out something that the Most High already gave you the answer to. Y'all trying to make it something else because it's mind-boggling to y'all. When it's not really mind-boggling, the Most High said he would break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel. That's in Scripture. Are you aware that this was taken from your own personal account? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Right? Listening to Tariq is like reading a book. You know, the white man's the devil, but we still read books by him. Tariq Nasheed, he just don't understand about the truth. I'm not making an excuse for the brother, but he does support Israel to a degree. He just don't fully, he don't know. He would have to be taught, and if he rejected, that's on him. But I separate the meat from the bones with Brother Tariq. He do have a lot of good stuff that he speak on, especially historically, and that's that. Do I follow exactly what he follow? No, but I take the truth of what he say from everything else I don't agree with, just like anything. We pick up books written by Esau every day, and we get the information out of them, and that's it. Esau could just be a damn serial killer, but he wrote a good book about history. We're going to take the truth out of that book and use it, and our teachers are edification, but we don't give a damn about that Edomite and whatever the case may be. Look how many books Amalekites wrote. A lot of these good historical books, they was written by so-called white Jews because they got the history from us. Kingdom Minded, who are you? I know that YouTube screen name. Karen. All right, that's it, y'all. Let me get up off of here. So, you know, good little chop session with y'all tonight. All praise to the Most High Mashiach Yahushai. HOI to them chariots fly. Priest Zabach, House of Israel. HOI to them chariots fly. Only screaming if you mean it. All the camps in Yahweh Yahushai throughout the four corners of the earth that are sincere in Yahushai. Kwame Ashala, we still got next. Hallelujah. Bring it out. HOI pull up boys. We still got next. Kwame Ashala. Donald Trump, Ayatollah Khomeini, Netanyahu, all these other guys, Ted Cruz, they all talking big, tough talk. Let's see what happens. This war can calm down next week, and then the Most High can spark it back up, or it can just keep sparking. When they shall say peace and safety, boom, sudden destruction cometh upon them like travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So stay in the spirit. Let's see what's going to happen. Either way, World War III is coming. All right, even if it calmed down and flare up again, World War III is coming. All right. So with that, death and destruction to Esau and the other nations, power, peace, safety, and the kingdom of heaven to the 12 tribes of Israel forever and ever. Amen. Kwame Ashala, we still got next. Hallelujah. Bring it out. Shalom. Khan. Kwame Ashala. Shalom.